the population, that's more than 130 million Americans, suffer from at least one chronic illness. We're talking about things like hypertension, heart disease, arthritis, right? Staying healthy, we all know, is expensive, but our next guest says that there are some ways that we can stay well on a budget, and for National Wellness Month, she has promised to share those tips with all of us here in the studio and you at home. You're very lucky. Dr. Erica Steele from Holistic Family Practice is back on Coast Live. Dr. Steele, thank you so much for coming in today. How are you doing?
I'm doing so well. Thanks for having me. It's back in the studio. It's
and can we just, like, a round of applause for this outfit that you've got on?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, it's a runway today.
Yeah.
All right, so let's just set the stage. How can Americans maintain their wellness without breaking the bank?
Yeah, it's really all the simple, small things that you can do that you really don't even think about, right? So water filtration, there isn't a cost to it, but some things like sleeping, for instance, like is so underutilized as far as a wellness tip, right? And it's totally free. You just lay down, go to sleep, there you go.
And you've talked about, both in our interviews with you and in your Holistic Wellness Minute segment that you do for us, ways that we can sort of help to quiet our mind and reduce our stress and anxiety. That's a big part of getting more sleep as well, right?
Oh yeah, totally. Meditation, breath work, even when you're getting stressed, just taking a few minutes to breathe, and laughter, just like your segments. Exactly.
Thank you. Yeah, I try to laugh, have a little bit of fun. All right. So
don't take yourself too seriously.
Oh, well, I certainly can't do that. Okay, so if getting more sleep is step one.
Yes.
Step 2, 3, 4, whatever might have to do with what you got.
Correct. Yeah. So we talked about the water filtration, right? So Berkey is like your gold standard in terms of water filtration.
Okay.
So obviously, drinking bottles of water more expensive, but it's really important to filter your water, especially because here in Virginia we have chlorine, chloramine, we have all kinds of different toxins in our water.
Right.
So this is a really good affordable tabletop option. So it's really good for people that are renters, so they don't have to do any plumbing.
Yeah, that's huge. Does it taste better after you filter it?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
Silky smooth.
That's great. And what's up with the crock pot here?
So the crock pot, so I live by a crock pot. I have all the appliances, like every single one of them. I barely use my stove. So what I do is I normally put all my proteins in the crock pot, right? Like on Sunday night, Monday, whatever. And I'll put, like for instance, this has low-fat cottage cheese in it because it's high protein. It has some sauce in there. It has some seasonings in there, and then just my chicken breast.
Yeah.
And then that way, organic chicken breast naturally. And that way all my proteins are done for the week. So I have 12 chicken breast in there, and you can buy them in bulk, like Sam's Club, that kind of thing, and then throw them in there, and then it really speeds up your meal prep time.
Yeah, that's huge. I'm trying to get a handle on that the older I get, that I need to plan my meals ahead of time. Because when you don't plan and then something comes up on a Tuesday that you didn't expect, and then I end up door dashing McDonald's, and that's not good for my wellness.
And paying like $100 for it.
Yeah,
exactly.
I know. This is like $2 per McNugget. This is crazy.
You're like, what happened? Exactly.
You've also brought some journals in.
Yes.
I want to talk a little bit about journaling. How can that help us with overall wellness?
So the last tip I have, I absolutely love this tip. So we have 2 journals, right? So one is a trash journal and one is a treasure journal, right?
Okay.
The trash is all the crazy negative things that come out of your, all the frustrations, all the, curse words, all the things, right?
Yeah.
And then your treasure journal is going to be all of your happy things, all of your aspirations, all of your, affirmations, all the positive things. And I like to keep them separate so that this one eventually you could throw away and this one you can keep forever.
It's important to get in touch and be introspective with yourself. And I think a lot of times that's the hardest step. What's your opinion on, talking to somebody, going to a counselor or a therapist? Do you think that's important?
100%. I think somebody objective who's not a friend or a family member, right? Who doesn't have a dog in the fight, who's going to be honest with you. Unfortunately, you have to be open to people being honest with you.
Yeah.
So, and it's tough. We face ourselves, we're human, we're fallible in so many different ways, but there's so many places and people that can really help.
That's great advice. I really love listening to you talk about this stuff. And that's great because you actually have a webinar coming up where everybody can listen to you talk about this stuff. Tell us the details.
Yeah, so we have a webinar coming up, so we're still doing them on Zoom, and it just kind of goes deeper into those budgeting tips. I know a lot of people are really stressed, especially about the economy and things like that. So I really wanted to offer a lot of free education for people to really incorporate all these natural things in their life without having to spend a whole lot of money.
You know what? I think you put it best, and thank you so much. You make this subject that can be a big hurdle for especially men. We've talked about that a lot. It can really be hard to talk about health and wellness stuff, and you make it really fun and digestible and easy to understand. So just thank you so much for everything.
Thank you so much. I so appreciate you.
Dr. Erica Steele, guys. Thank you so much.